All right, let's face it, knife prices they're kind of crazy right now, which, is why we're seeing this budget knife boom. There's new brands with like unproven quality control. Man, those things are popping up every day. So sometimes, not always, there's going to be some risk involved when you buy one of their knives. Now, Kizer here, well-known proven brand that I trust. So when they lower their prices or release some budget knives, oh yeah, I get excited. Knives like this Towser S. This originally sold for $64. Hey, you can now get these on Amazon for $38. I bought this titanium frame lock Gemini. It was a few years back for about $170. It's currently selling on Amazon for $119. I don't know how long the reduced prices will last. So, if you're interested in any of these, I put all the links to buy down in the description for you. While many companies are charging outrageous amounts, Kizer's doing the opposite by releasing new budget versions of popular knives like the Drop Bear and the Amicus, even the Gemini, and that's just to name a few. Now, you're probably thinking, wait a minute, Jay, the Amicus, hey, it's already a budget knife with a budget price. True, but these new versions, they cost even less than the original. It's almost like, they're bringing back the Vanguard line. You remember these knives with the VG10 blade steel? Yeah, this Vanguard Dukes, still one of my favorites, man. I love this thing. Now, the blade steel on the Amicus is going from 9CR18 MOV to nitro-v, which is great because of, it's got the improved toughness and that corrosion resistance. They also changed the handle material from G10 to FRN. And yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that yet because, I really like how sturdy that these thick G10 scales feel in hand. If you already owned the G10 Amicus and, you're planning on picking up this new one with the intention of switching the blades, hey, let me tear off that Band-Aid like right now by telling you that's not going to work because the 9CR18 MOV blade stock, it's slightly thicker than the nitro-v. Another difference is the blade finish. It went from satin to stonewash, which, to me is an improvement. I think the Amicus has like that wee banter vibe going on. So, I could totally see it sticking around for a while, like the Gemini or the Beglighter or even the Sheepdog. And just like the Banter, it's got a very appealing drop point blade shape that is just under 3 inches. So, it's going to be legal to carry in more areas. And of course, you gotta love the super fidgety button lock action. And I know I do. Honestly, the only thing that would push this knife over the top for me is if they added thumb studs. I mean, this thing with more opening options, that would be incredible. So at $39, should you buy one? Well, that kind of depends. I mean, if your main concern is the blade steel and, you really don't care about the handle material, oh yeah, then most definitely. But if you're all about the scales, and how it feels in hand, you might want to stick with this G10 version. Next up is the Drop Bear, which I already own in 154cm and this Mojave Outdoor exclusive in S35VN. Same deal here with the lower price and the nitro-v blade steel. Instead of aluminum or micarta scales, we get some textured clear acrylic, which pretty cool to look at. Do you remember the Boker grip lock? It's a G&G Hawk design that it also had transparent handle scales. It's been discontinued for like a few years now, but I had one. Now I don't. And you know what? It is one of my biggest knife regrets for not holding on to it. So, hey, if you own one, we really need to talk because I've been trying to get my hands on one again. I've never really been a huge fan of aluminum scales. So this new version it's a clear upgrade for me. Oh yeah, pun intended. Now, what's also cool is that you can see, look at that. You can see that clutch lock in action, with all those, you see all those, it's got all the little holes. Yeah, so you can go ahead and adjust those, the Omega Spring tension, if you need to. If you're not feeling this one because of all the mirror polished shiny parts, there is another version for a few dollars more it's got a black stonewash blade and some PEI scales, which is just like Ultim. I know this material, is pretty durable, but if you ever plan on disassembling it, you got to be really careful not to over tighten the screws because you do not want to crack these scales. The Drop Bear is one of Kizer's more established designs, with a bunch of different versions that they do cost a little bit more, which makes this new one currently the most affordable Drop Bear that you can buy for $69. Yes, this knife, totally worth the asking price. Especially since it's one of the few versions that you can get without a black finished blade. Up on the screen is going to be a video that I picked out for you to go ahead and watch next. And hey, if you haven't already, consider subscribing if you're looking for knife reviews to get right to the point. I forgot to grab my knife. Thanks for watching. Hey, I'll see you at the next one. So hopefully you stuck around to the end of this video because I got a surprise for you. I'm going to give you a chance to win this knife. The first person to leave a comment with the name of the band and the song that sample comes from will win this Drop Bear. I will send it right to you. And I don't care where you live, in the country, out of the country, whatever.